I've been told to talk about church music and the musician in correlation with his church. Is that okay? It's a very broad topic. It's something I do a personal study on it. I've been doing that for a number of years. And almost every time I keep writing on it. And I keep writing new stuff, new things keep coming. So I'm trying to merge a lot of things in a short while, in about 10 minutes. And I should be done. I'm just going to talk about just 4 things. Is that okay? And these are very important things I believe everyone should pay attention to. It may be things you already know, but you probably might not have given attention to. Before I do anything, I want to acknowledge the presence of my elder brothers and sisters sitting in front here. I know a couple of you, Minister Paolo, Minister Max Praise, F.A. Rich Love, Osofo Kese, and another Osofo. I'm not so conversant with their names. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. And the first thing I want to talk about is, which I see is the most important of all, is prayer. Now, if you talk about church music, you cannot take prayer out. I believe we are all Christians, and you all bear witness to the fact that for whatever thing we do in church, we're just looking up to God, and He's the ultimate. Is that okay? So there are musicians who come to church talking about instrumentalists and singers, and then they actually depend on their scale, and they think it's a matter of the scale. And you realize that when they are ministering, it's zero prayer, and it's just scale. They are just exhibiting. But if you meet an instrumentalist or a singer who works on the scale and praise too, you realize that the person is different. I don't compromise on scale. Yeah, I rehearse a lot. Yeah, I rehearse a lot, and I don't just do church music. I do jazz music. I do all that. And so you can imagine the extent at which I rehearse. And having played secular music before, you should understand where I'm coming from. Typical jazz, traditional jazz, and all that. Learned from big brothers like Tolo and all the people in the system. So I don't compromise on rehearsal. But in as much as I don't compromise on that, I don't compromise on prayer also. Because if I don't pray, it means that whatever thing I'm doing is weightless. There is no weight. There's no weight. Because for whomever I'm actually doing this to, if I'm not connecting with him, then what I'm doing is useless. Excuse my word, but that is it. So please, that's the first thing. I want to provoke you this morning. If you know you've been singing for a number of years, a number of months, and you rehearse more than you pray, that's an error. That's an error. Yeah, if you rehearse more than you pray, that's an error. It's supposed to be balanced. It's supposed to be balanced. Is that okay? So we have all attributed, or we've all resorted to, we go for rehearsal, opening prayer. Thank you. As we're going to rehearse, lead us through it all. And for about 5 or 3 hour period rehearsal, we pray for less than a minute. And we think that's not the most important thing at that instance. So let's just do the opening prayer thing and let's go our way. Fair enough. That rehearsal could have been a very packed rehearsal, so you wanted more time to rehearse. Then you should actually have another rehearsal where you are going to meet and pray so that you get a balanced thing. I don't know if you get it, especially when we are rehearsing for main programs. You realize that we have a lot of songs to learn and time is really catching up. So we meet every time. Listen, you can rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, and you will never feel the urge to pray because you feel you have not done enough. We are humans. We are never okay with what we have. No, it's a natural thing. Every person, unless you are not human. And if you tell me you are okay with what you have or how you are now, then you're a hypocrite. Yeah. Even to the extent that people look at themselves in the mirror and they realize that God didn't create this part well. I didn't like this nose. I wanted this kind of hair. Yeah, like me, I wanted beard all over and I'm not getting. So it's enough.